Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley, and today we are here to discuss The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 15, episode 8. Come on in the room, come on in the room. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are doing well. I hope y'all are feeling good. How are y'all doing, guys? Yes, I did see the mid-season trailer that came out. It looks okay. The rest of the season, we're going to see Bose get engaged. We're going to see the continuation of Kyle and Dorit, and then Dorit versus Erika. It looks pretty good. Now, I do want to say, before we get into it, y'all, let me just say this. So, a few quick things. Andy let it be known on his radio show the other day that Amanda did not quit the show. She is very much on the show and she's here to stay. On top of that, Amanda is giving me that she's going to come back for season 16 and set these women straight, because I don't know if you saw her recent interview on Entertainment Tonight. Baby, the way she went in, she said when it comes to Bose, it's giving jealousy because Bose tried to do the same thing once upon a time and it failed. She wants to get on me about how I'm a scammer with the self-help stuff, but word on the street was Miss Bose was trying to do the same thing and her business tanked. And now she wants to come after me. Worry about yourself, not me. I said, oh. I said, well, all right. Amanda said, baby, I'm not the one or the two, okay? So, yeah, honey, they said that, Andy said that, no, Amanda did not quit the show. She is here, and she will be at that reunion. So I said, all right, and Amanda's been doing a press run the last week, so Amanda's making it clear that she's not going anywhere either. So I said, all right. Yeah, honey, so she should have said this tea for the reunion. I'm sure she probably will mention this, so who knows? But come on in, y'all. I love how Amanda activated the girl. She sure did. So now, y'all, I see y'all bringing up other stuff, but we are going to talk about that on another live. All right, let's right now Beverly Hills. Let's keep the focus on Beverly Hills, y'all. All right, we will talk about that another live, but right now we're going to talk about Beverly Hills. Okay, all right. You said not Amanda coming for Bo. She's tugging at that wig. Let me tell you something. Amanda said, baby, I'm not the one or the two. She said, you tried to do what I'm doing. You were trying to sell courses to the good folks and your thing failed. So don't come for me. So let me tell you something. Yes, can you listen now, y'all? Stay on task, y'all, okay? We're going to be talking about Beverly Hills right now. We're going to talk about, I haven't seen the news about Jill right now, but we're talking about Beverly Hills, y'all. It says, the title says Beverly Hills. Let's focus on Beverly Hills, okay? She's tugging at those 98 bundles. Damn, my goodness. All right, y'all. So without being said, let's just get right on into Beverly Hills. Overall, this episode wasn't giving a whole lot, but I do have some thoughts. And I think it's really funny how Kyle is still playing devil's advocate for PK, because I can assure you that when the day comes when her and Mauricio finally file and she sees another part of Mauricio where he's trying to stiff her out that money, we're going to hear her crying, going on and on and on about how it's not fair. And I want her to keep that same energy when Dorit and everybody else plays devil's advocate and they're on Mauricio's side. So Kyle, you're having your fun now. And mind you, Dorit is not my favorite person at all. But in this case, it's just weird to me that Kyle is really trying to play devil's advocate for a deadbeat father. It's sick to me. And I hope that you have that same energy, Kyle, when Mauricio tries to fleece you out that money when you guys finally file for divorce. Just saying. All right? Okay. Oh, babe, listen. Sutton, oh my gosh. It's giving me that Sutton, this is going to be her last season. Hopefully, Sutton is such a non-factor. She is a non-factor. Boring, no storyline, not giving anything. And let me tell you this, Sutton looked like a true loser in this last scene. She was so happy and so eager to be sitting with the cool girls. I said, wow, you got your dream, I guess. A mess. Yes, she is so desperate. She is so desperate. All right, y'all. Hey, everybody, come on in. I see Jameer. I see Dorothy. I see Ayana. Come on in the room, y'all. Come on in the room. We're going to have a good time today. Oh, y'all have me scream. Yes, Sutton is invisible. She is. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, no Riz, no fashions. Listen, nothing. She gives nothing. 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 I'm praying to God that this is her last season, okay? I believe that Mauricio's waiting until a young daughter turns 18. Well, she's almost there. I believe she turns 18 this year. So if that's the case, then they should be filing sometime this year then. So anyhow, y'all, let's get right on into it. Now, I'm not going to hold y'all. We're going to breeze through a lot of the scenes in this episode because, again, the episode wasn't really giving a whole lot. And then on top of that, the first 21 minutes of this episode was between Kyle and Dorit with that dinner scene, and they're arguing. And I was over it. I'm over Dorit wailing. I'm over Kyle gaslighting. I'm just over it. Bose, I will be having to clock you again because your response to Amanda during this scene made no sense. Like it really made. I was confused because what do you mean that that folks can talk to you any type of way? But we'll get to that in a few minutes, okay? So guys, again, we're going to be skipping through this first 20-minute scene. I wasn't here for it. I didn't have the bandwidth to just listen and go on and on and on regarding Dorit and Kyle's argument. So anyhow, we start off the episode. It's the continuation of last week. And Dorit's like, whoa, Amanda. You're saying that I verbally accosted you? So Amanda looks up the word accosted and she says, yes, I used the right word. So now Erika, she reads the definition of the word. Erika says, oh my gosh, I know what the word means. This ain't it. I just can't. She says we can all look up ChatGPT assistant too. A quick side note, a quick PSA, especially coming off of the heels of a very dystopian Super Bowl. The ads were horrible this year. Stop using AI. Stop using ChatGPT. I know the last time I said this a few months ago, some folks who are avid ChatGPT users were upset with me. But yeah, it's ruining the environment. It's the whole thing is creepy. I don't know why you can't just use Google. Why are we using ChatGPT? It's the whole thing is just weird. But let me get off of that. But yeah, just a quick PSA from me to you. Can we all just stop? I mean, I never used it. I don't know. But if you do use it, can you just not use it and use Google? Thanks. Okay. All right. So anyhow, Bose says in her confessional, who does Amanda think that she's schooling? I don't see anybody here with a notepad writing down what she's saying. So mind you, as they're going back and forth, you have Jennifer Tilly and Natalie. They're at the other end of the table and they're like, can you guys talk a bit louder? We can't hear you. So now Jennifer Tilly says, yeah, we're in another zip code. It's like you guys are in Beverly Hills and we're in Calabasas. We can't hear a thing. When I tell you Jennifer Tilly really wanted to hear the drama, she moves her chair and sits right next to them so that she can be a part of it. I said, wow, Jennifer Tilly had me screaming, okay? So Dorit says that she felt hurt and disappointed. She says, I thought you were being super sweet, so it took me by surprise when I heard that you were saying things behind my back. Amanda says, I didn't say anything behind your back. You have Sutton making a face. She's like, I said, Sutton, girl, again, you are a non-factor. Why are you making faces? Sutton is so happy to not be on the hot seat. She's so happy to be slightly in the in crowd. I mean, just barely. Her pinky toes in the in crowd. She's still not in there, but she's in there just a smidge. And now she wants to sit up there talking about, girl, shut up. Just please, just let me know. I can spend a whole day just going in on Sutton. I really can. So Amanda says, you could just ask me, but you didn't ask me. You came at me with accusations and aggression. When I told you that it was the anniversary of my son's death, you didn't stop. You kept going. So Dorit says, Amanda, I'm very sorry. I had no idea. Amanda says, girl, I told you. So Dorit says, listen, I'm very sorry. So she says, I just wanted to have a conversation because I had heard, what I heard. So Amanda says, girl, honestly, I didn't even say anything. I just agree with what Kyle was saying. So now we see a conversation from last month with Kyle and Amanda. Kyle's running her mouth about the whole situation, about how Dorit should keep her mouth closed. Now, just a quick side note. It's so funny to me how Amanda's getting the blame when Kyle has been the one running off at the mouth. And what's really troubling is the fact that Kyle will sit up there and run her mouth about you behind your back. And then when push comes to shove, she's sitting there quiet as a church mouse. Because Kyle, the fact that you would let Amanda take the fall for what you've been saying is really crazy work. And I'm glad that Amanda said, no, actually, I wasn't the one running my mouth. It was actually Kyle. I was here for her doing that. And Rachel Zoe, I have to tap you later on, because for you to say that Amanda pinned this all on Kyle, that's not the truth. She told the truth. Kyle was running off at the mouth at Kyle's house, and Amanda said the truth, that no, I wasn't really saying anything. It was all Kyle talking. And Kyle, for you to sit there and act like you were an innocent party in this whole thing is really funny to me. And you claim that you're all about the truth, but here you are not saying what you said. It's so funny. So yes, we see each other in the chat, very much so. Kyle is a weirdo. She is. So now Dorit says, well, Kyle and I have known each other for almost a decade. So her having an opinion is one thing, but you having the same opinion, we don't know each other. So Amanda says, again, I disagree with her. Like, girl, it's not that deep. So Dorit's like, what did you agree with? Amanda says, well, last year you spoke about PK's relationship to alcohol. And now this year talking about how his parenting style isn't that great. That can also be hard on you. So now Dorit says, Kyle leading with, I don't think she should be doing this, is a bit peculiar, because that's obviously something that with Kyle that I'll deal with separately, right? One thing about Kyle, anytime there's mess, she's always has that evil grin, that evil smirk, the same way that Ashley Darby does anytime there's mess. So now Dorit goes on to ask Kyle, what exactly is your point of, she says in her confessional, what exactly is Kyle's point of trying to color Amanda's image of me? So now Dorit says, the fact that you brought up how you feel I'm behaving in regards to my divorce and speaking to my friends made me want to question you. She says, why have a judgment about somebody that you don't know? Amanda says, well, you didn't question me. That's not how you get down to people's true thoughts, by being aggressive with them. So Dorit says, I wasn't trying to inquire about your thoughts. I was trying to inquire about, why are you talking behind my back? Once again, Amanda did not say anything that warranted this crazy response, in my opinion. Amanda just said, oh, well, I heard that she's going around saying XYZ. Could that hurt her in the long run? That's not anything bad to say. Like, if you want to get mad at Kyle. I think that is misdirected anger, because once again, I didn't think that what Amanda said was anything crazy. Just saying. It's honestly, in my opinion, it's just clear that none of y'all like Amanda. So whatever she says or does, you're going to find fault with it. That's just the long and the short of it. Okay. Yeah. Amanda did make a valid point. I agree. Dorit is unhinged. I agree. Dorit was being ridiculous. Yes, she was. Amanda didn't have to talk to Dorit about her marriage details to Dorit's friends after one lunch, in my opinion. Right? It wasn't even all that. It wasn't. There are other reasons to come for Amanda. I agree. I think that a critique you could make about Amanda is she's very obnoxious. She brags a lot. The name dropping, like, pick at her for that. But to come at her about she was talking about you behind your back, I'm sorry, that's not gonna, it doesn't land for me. So yes, there's no winning when it comes to her. So anyhow, I mean, if you're team Dorit, that's fine. Like, it doesn't, when I tell you, I honestly don't have a dog in this fight. I'm not invested in Dorit or any of them on Beverly Hills. So if you're team Dorit, that's fine. But like I said, I just don't feel like Amanda agreeing to what Kyle said warranted all this, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm team nobody. Exactly. No, yeah. I just saw the comment that just said that they're team Dorit on this. So I said, that's fine. That's fine. So It's cool. You know, as long as you're not trying to come up over here and kill the vibes and be argumentative, then we're good, you know? So yeah, I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent about all of them. Yeah, you saw the comment too. You said whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, honey, team new cast. I agree. I agree. Okay. So Amanda says, I have never in my life gone to a dinner party and accused people of things and got aggressive with them. To me, that was very strong. So Dorit does apologize. She says, honestly, I'm in a place of openness, a place of transparency. When I feel a certain way, I'm going to be open and honest. So Amanda says, you could have just said that, girl. So now she goes on to say, Amanda says, I hear that you have thoughts. Can you tell me more? So Dorit says, no, Amanda, I'm not going to say that. I just heard that you said it behind my back and you were judging me. So now Kyle jumps in and she says, may I say something? Going back to Jennifer Tilly's house that night a month ago, you were really upset that night and you started crying. I've never seen you cry. So Dorit says, yes, exactly. So Kyle says, you did have strong words that night about PK, which is understandable. And Dorit is now defensive and she's like, wait, what strong words did I have that night? So Kyle says, well, I don't remember all the things. So Dorit says, well, if you don't remember, then don't say things like I had strong words when I didn't. So Kyle says the things Dorit is saying about PK, they are going to come back to him. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that he may not like what she's saying. Why poke the bear? Kyle, I don't like how you straddle the fence with so-called good friends. It's clear that you're on PK's side. You know that man is no good. You know he was a horrible husband, wasn't a great father, and you are going to continue to play dumb and be dense and act like you're confused as to why Dorit has so much vitriol for PK. I just want you to keep this same energy when things hit the fan, when you and Mauricio finally divorce, and that man tries to fleece you out of a settlement, out of your settlement, out of whatever. I hope you have that same energy. I really do. I really do. Yes, she's very male-centered. She's very male-centered. So anyhow, Dorit says, don't twist things. Kyle says, I'm not twisting things. I'm saying I don't recall. So now Dorit says, well, if you don't recall, then you shouldn't be positioning it that way. So now they're going back and forth. Kyle says, you're splitting hairs. Dorit says, no, I'm not. Kyle says, do you remember, in a very loud voice? She's like mocking Dorit, right? So she says, when you and I had dinner the other night, I said to you, it's not a good idea for you to talk bad about the father of your children. Why do you think I said that? Dorit says, you've not only made it a point to say that to me at least a dozen times, but you're making it a point to share with other people. So now she imitates Kyle. And so Kyle says, if you let somebody talk, why don't you calm down? So Dorit says, girl, that's so old and stale and boring. Like, come up with something else about how I talk so much. Like, girl, it's enough already. So now Dorit says, if she really did have concern, she would have told me in private and not gone behind my back and talked about it over and over and over again. So Kyle says, it's not about bashing you or talking behind your back. It's because I don't want you to create more problems for yourself. I think that Kyle's being disingenuous. For her to act like, well, I just care about you so much. I think, Kyle, I'm sorry, you're full of it. I think that you are taking PK's side, and this is a really roundabout way to act like you care about her, when in all reality, you've picked a side and it's not Dorit's side. You were on that man's side. Last season showed me that you were on PK's side. You're sitting up there keying with him, talking to him, texting that man, sharing memes, trading jokes, inside jokes while they're going through a divorce. He's not speaking to her or the kids. Like, girl, seriously, you've picked your side, girl. So don't sit up here and try to play in my face and act like you care for me so much. No, you don't. It's disingenuous. And I think that Kyle is a master gaslighter. I do. Yeah. So we are all on the same page. Yes, it's always fake concern with her. Kyle is a pick-me. She is. She's always been on PK's side. Always. You said, I think Beverly Hills does need a break. I agree. If PK's awful behavior ain't been on TV for years, what can Dorit say that we haven't seen? Exactly. That's my thing about that. Kyle's acting like we haven't already seen PK's behavior. PK was always gone. What was it, 2 seasons ago? PK was gone for 43 days. What are we talking about here? We've all been privy to the fact that PK has not been the most attentive husband, and that's an understatement. So for her to act like, oh, I'm so concerned because it's going to get back to him and it's not that good, he might retaliate. Girl, stop. You don't care. But you know that you're going to get ate up by the fans and your cast members for picking a deadbeat man's side and not your so-called friend's side. It's nasty. Yes, it's very normal to Kyle. Yeah, he is the worst. It's crazy. Thank you. He was never home. And Dorit was always complaining about him not seeing the kids when they were married. So for her to think that, so for Kyle to act like what Dorit is saying is so off base and that, you're trying to sway the viewers, she's not swaying anybody. We peeped game a long time ago. We knew what it was a long time ago. She's not saying anything new. Just a mess. So anyhow, Rachel Zoe jumps in to give some words, I guess, of encouragement. And she says, look, I understand. Wait, hold on. I apologize. I lost my spot. She says, it's really effing hard in these moments to not speak how you feel. I understand that in a perfect world, we take the high road in every minute of our lives. I've done it for a really long time. But here's the thing. Nobody in this group has a place to judge anybody. There are days where we're strong AF and days where we want to scream at the top of our lungs. At the end of the day, because of our children and our businesses, we always do the right thing. But there are moments where we want to effing vent and scream. So Dorit's nodding in agreement. And now Rachel Zoe continues to say, if you can't vent and be fully vulnerable and truthful with your friends, then I don't know what a real friendship is. So now Dorit says, by the way, honey, let me tell you something. What you've kicked off and started is what's really going to come and bite and kick me in the behind about talking to Kyle. So Kyle says, you need to calm down. Who are you mad at? Are you mad at me? Are you mad at her? Are you mad at your situation? I said, wow, that's really nasty, Kyle. For you, she's in a horrible situation with a deadbeat man who is making her life hell right now through this separation/divorce. And now you want to say, oh, you're mad at your situation? Again, Kyle, I really hope and pray that you have the same energy when you're going through it. When Mo puts you through the ringer, I hope that you have that same energy. That was nasty. That was really, I don't even care for Dorit like that, but that was nasty to say, oh, you're mad at your situation? Of course she's mad. PK's left her penniless. He's left her with all the bills, all the debt. The bill collectors are at her door, banging the door down. House was almost in foreclosure last year. Of course she's mad. You have a man who never saw his kids, still won't see the kids. He's out here gallivanting, dipping it and doing it with new women, rubbing it in her face while she has to figure things out. And you want to say, oh, you're mad at your situation? Really, Kyle? That's your friend? That's nasty. If it were me and Kyle would never speak again. There would be no more friendship. Kyle, I would have told you all the way off because, girl, how dare you? It's just real. She's a horrible friend. And I hate how Kyle's feelings are the only feelings that matter. I've said that for years. Kyle is so self-centered. If it's not about her pain and what she's going through, she doesn't care about anybody else. That was nasty, Kyle. And Dorit should have cursed you out for that alone. That was real nasty. A mess. You said Rent-A-Center stopping by. Yes, Brooke. Yeah. Honey, she had Rent-A-Center at her door. They said they want the furniture back. I mean, Miss Mom was going through it. Yes, Brooke, if I were to read, I would have ended Kyle right there. Same here. Yeah, she does. She's nasty. She's very nasty. Kyle, you're the one over crying over a man that don't want you, mama. Exactly. She's very self-centered. She's nasty. This is her caring, mind you. Yeah, that's my thing about Kyle. Kyle will sit up there and tear you down, read you for filth, and then say, I care about you. It's nasty work. I couldn't either. Vile Kyle strikes again. I think Kyle was saying, don't reject that on me. It was nasty. I understood that what that meant. Well, here's my thing though. Kyle projects on people all the time. And we know how Kyle is. When Kyle's going through something in her life, she lashes out at people. So I'm sorry. When it comes to folks like her, I don't really care about how she feels when it's done to her. Because we've seen Kyle be in really pissy moods. When her sisters would not speak to her, she would lash out on everybody else. And then say, oh, I'm hurting right now. Forgive me. So I'm sorry. I think that it's Kyle's turn to be on the other end of that, because Kyle projects on people all the time when she's going through it, in my opinion. Yes, she projects all the time. So I don't have any sympathy to give when it comes to Miss Kyle Richards. Just saying. Just my humble opinion, just my 2 cents. Okay. So now Dorit says, oh, really? You want to do the same thing that Sutton did to me last year? Really? Because remember how Sutton said to her, oh, you're mad at your life and your situation. Don't take it out on me. So now Dorit says, I'm allowed to have emotions. Kyle says, I am too. I said, girl, we know, because your emotions are the only ones that matter in your world. Because Kyle, again, is the most self-centered, self-absorbed person I have seen. So Dorit says, so I'm allowed to tell you to calm down when you're voicing your emotions? Kyle says, yeah, you can tell me that if you feel like that. Kyle, we can run the tapes back. That's a bold-faced lie. I hate when the girls say anything just to be contrary to your point. We have seen folks tell Kyle to calm down, and she would curse them out and say, don't tell me to effing calm down. Let's be so for real. Nobody likes being told to calm down when they're in a really, when they're in conflict. You will not sit up here and gaslight me and say that you would not feel a way if Dorit told you to calm down, because you absolutely would. We've seen people say that to you in the past, and you went ape-ish on them. Let's not do that, Kyle. You're just so disingenuous. Whatever she says, you know that's not true. So why would you even say that? You would bite Dorit's head off if she ever told you to calm down. Listen, honey, she is lying. Just a bold-faced lie. So now Dorit says, I won't do that to you because it minimizes your feelings in those moments. So Kyle says, you seem so angry and aggressive. And now Dorit says, you know what? Thank effing goodness that when Rachel stepped in and spoke and said what she said a few minutes ago, it's clear that it did not land for you. So Kyle says, no, it didn't land because I don't feel that way. So now Dorit says in her confessional, Kyle loves to talk about how her and Mo have no issues. Maybe that's why she has a hard time understanding me and what I'm going through. Again, Dorit, Kyle is somebody where if it doesn't affect her, she doesn't care. So she has no sympathy or compassion to give you because she's not the one going through it. But rest assured, when her day comes, she'll be crying, calling you up, hoping that you're going to be an ear to listen and a shoulder to cry on. That's just how it is. Only Kyle is allowed to have emotions and feelings and be sad and vulnerable and kick and scream, but nobody else. I can't stand it. Yeah, this season is not giving anything. It's not. You said you used to date a narc. I got rid of that problem over a year ago. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So now Dorit says, girl, it's just so funny because PK is over here venting to his friends and his family, Mauricio, but I can't vent about him. Is he protecting me? So Kyle says, I don't know what PK is doing. I only care about you. So Dorit says, you know exactly what he's doing, Kyle. Like, that's a lie. Again, Kyle, that's not landing. We all know that you have PK's phone number. You guys were like this. Y'all were locked in. Y'all were best buddies. So and also you and Mauricio still talk. And we know that Mauricio pumps you with information about what PK is saying. So don't even sit up there and play in her face like that. So now Kyle says, don't put words in, Dorit says, girl, that's BS. You know exactly what PK is saying. Don't pretend you don't. Kyle says, don't put words in my mouth. You got to let people talk, Dorit. You keep saying it's old, but let people effing talk. So now Dorit is quiet, and Kyle says, I only know what Mauricio is saying, that PK is telling him the opposite things from what you're saying. The reason why I didn't speak up that night at Tilly's house, because I didn't want to be like, well, that's not what PK is saying. I kept my mouth shut. Kyle, you know how men are. You know how these men will sit up here and play in a woman's face, especially when it comes to having to pay that money. these men will sit up here and lie, cheat, steal, all that. For you to say that you kept your mouth shut because you didn't want to say, oh, well, that's not what PK said. For you to even entertain the thought that you would believe a man over your friend is really comical. You know, especially living in Beverly Hills of all places, you know how these men will do to get out of paying for alimony and spousal support and all that stuff. That's nasty for you to even say that. You've seen it in action. You used to be friends with Dorit and PK when they were married. You know that that man was not around. He wasn't a good husband. Dorit confided in you about their marriage. So for you to now sit up here and play around like you would even believe PK over her, that's nasty work. Again, Kyle, when your day comes, I don't want to see any tears. I will have no compassion or empathy. And I will be so annoyed if you're going to sit up there and beg for empathy and compassion from anybody else when it's your turn. I was so irritated. And for you to always say that you're a girl's girl and all this stuff. No, you're not. You're not. You're not. I'm just, it's frustrating watching Kyle play these games and act like we're the ones who are crazy when we call it out. So, yeah, what is Kyle getting out of PK is giving blackmail. Is giving something, all right. Yes, she needs to put that energy in her. Yes. A deadbeat man at that, exactly. Kyle said she was never that woman's friend. That was the moment Dorit should have ended that relationship. I agree. That was real nasty at the season 11 reunion when she said that. I was like, Dorit was like, girl, what? She was like, girl, we used to, you guys used to come over for Shabbat dinner because, you know, they're both Jewish. So Dorit was like, girl, that's news to me. My kids were calling you guys aunt and uncle, Kyle and Mauricio. Our kids came over. They loved y'all. You guys would come over for Shabbat dinner, Passover, all the holy days. And now you want to say that we were never friends? That was real nasty. You're right. Dorit should have chopped that relationship after she said that because, girl, how dare you? We're sitting up here celebrating all the high holy days and you want to play in my face like that? My kids are calling you aunt and uncle and we're not close? The audacity, honey. The audacity. Yes, Kyle sure did play in her face. So, that was real nasty work. So I said, no, ma'am. So anyhow, we have Dorit making faces. She's being really quiet and Kyle's still going on and on. So Dorit's doing like this, like, you see, I'm being quiet right now. And I won't even hold you. Dorit had me laughing with that, right? So Kyle's like, grow up, Dorit, like grow up, like just grow up. I said, baby, you need help. You're sitting up here playing in your friend's face, your so-called friend's face, and you want to tell her to grow up. No, you need to grow up. So now Dorit says, girl, is it okay for me to talk? Erika says in her confessional, Kyle talking to Mauricio about PK is 100% keeping Kyle in the middle of all this. If she doesn't, the best thing Kyle can do is stay out of their divorce because the more she talks to Mauricio about her and PK, the worse it's going to be for her and Dorit. And Erika is correct. I said, now, Erika, any other time you work my last good nerve, but you ate with that because that is true. Kyle is definitely in the middle of their divorce. And that's the real reason why they can't make any headway because Kyle wants to play both sides. And it's just crazy to me. So now, Bose jumps in and says, I believe that Kyle has your best interest at heart. You know, about what you're saying, you're willing to assume the risk of speaking publicly about what's going on. Everybody has to accept that and just move on. So now Erika says, Dorit, nobody here wants anything bad to happen to you. Kyle says, exactly. Why do you think that I'm saying this? Because I care about you. So now Dorit's like, Kyle, can you shut up for like 2 seconds? Like, be quiet, please. So now Erika says, Dorit, come on. So Dorit says, Erika, stop. Like, just be quiet. So Erika says, no, I'm not going to stop because you guys are friends. I know you're upset, but come on. So now Dorit says, I'd love for Erika to chime in and say that what Kyle's doing is not cool. And the way Dorit imitated Kyle, she imitated Erika. Dorit, you ate that. You ate that impersonation up. You sound just like Erika. That's how Erika talks. So now Dorit says, when things show up in my life, like at Tilly's house that night, I was completely broken. Do you want me to pretend like everything is fine? And Kyle says no. So now Amanda jumps back in. Now, mind you, Did anybody else forget that this was all about Dorit versus Amanda? I had forgotten all about that argument because the way it became Dorit and Kyle, I said, baby, Amanda, you did that flawlessly, honey. You have them now fighting. You get to enjoy your meal in peace. I was here for it. So now Amanda says, well, it's clear to me that based on the dynamics of tonight, that the communication style is something I'm not used to. So you have Bose making a face. So Amanda says, even if it had not been the death of my son, if it had not been the anniversary of my son's death, I still wouldn't have liked being approached in the way that you did it. So now Bose jumps in. Bose, I have to say, I feel like you never gave Amanda a chance. Like from the first time you met her, you've been picking at her in your confessionals, shading her business, pretty much calling her a scammer. I don't know. It's really funny to me. And I feel like, Bose, you're too new to already be feeling a way about somebody. I don't know, Bose. Bose, it just gives me that you are so eager to be in with the cool girls. It really feels that way. And my opinion about what I said in the last episode still stands. So Bose says, here's the thing, Amanda. You can't be in charge of how people want to respond. That's an adult thing to understand. So Amanda's like, well, girl, I'm not really saying that. My thing is, don't you set boundaries about how people can and can't talk to you? So Bose says, well, how am I going to enforce that? That's crazy. You can't go around the planet thinking that everybody's going to agree with you. Bose, that wasn't the argument. Oh my gosh, I almost slipped. Sorry about that, y'all. I got really into it. Bose, let me just say this. Hold on. Bose, that was not the argument. That's not the conversation. The topic is you can't speak to people the way you want to speak to them. You can't talk to folks crazy, period. She said to you, don't you have boundaries about how people speak to you? Bose, you've been a CEO of several top companies, Netflix, Apple, Pepsi. I'm pretty sure that if somebody walked up into your office and spoke to you crazy, you would have set them straight, right? I'm sure that you being a boss, being a grown woman with boundaries, I would hope that you don't allow folks to talk to you crazy. For you to sit up there and twist what she's saying, that was really weird to me. It was disingenuous, and it felt like you just want to have an issue with her. And all of y'all were being so fake at the table in this moment because even Erika saying, oh yeah, I agree with Bose. No, Erika. We know that Erika, of all people, does not allow folks to talk to her crazy. If somebody said, F you, Erika will be sitting up there screaming, cursing, calling you a see you next Tuesday. That was really disingenuous to me for Bose to twist the conversation and act like Amanda's being unreasonable because she wants to be spoken to in a certain way. I don't allow folks to talk to me crazy. None of these women allow folks to talk to them crazy. So for you to say, oh, well, you can't dictate how folks talk to you. Well, that's not true, Bose. And you being a CEO or former CEO, I'm shocked that you of all people would say that. Again, Bose is giving me that you just don't like her. So you want to find fault in whatever she says. It was weird. So it was just really weird. Oh, yeah, it's kind of giving that too. It's kind of giving that as well. But I also feel like when Bose said that, they all just don't like Amanda. So whatever she says, they're going to be contrarians to whatever she's saying because they know good and well that what Amanda's saying makes sense because they all have boundaries on how folks speak to them, period. Erika does not allow folks to talk to her crazy. Kyle, Dorit, none of them do. So for them to all say, oh, you can't dictate how people talk to you. Well, actually, yes, you can. Because I know if you talk to me crazy, I'm going to disengage. I'm not speaking to you. You can't talk to me ever again. You will not disrespect me. So for them to say that, they like for Bose was low key saying that she allows folks to disrespect her and Amanda should accept the same treatment. That's what it was sounding to me. It made no sense. Yes. Remember when she told Sutton in season 11 or what? Yes. She wanted to wring Sutton's neck at that table if she could. Exactly. All because Sutton asked her a question. Erika won't even allow herself to be questioned. So you're telling me that now Erika of all people will let people talk to her crazy? Stop. That was so disingenuous to me. I was really annoyed by that. I'm sorry, Bose. What you said made no sense. It made no sense. I wasn't here for it. I wasn't here for it. Just say you don't like the girl, because that's all this is. So now Amanda says, in my 40 years of life, I never left a dinner party crying. Dorit says, well, I thought you ran away from a cult. I was like, oh, Dorit, that was nasty work, girl. I said, why are we bringing up her being in a cult? Like, really? So Amanda says, I did. So Erika and Kyle are both like, Dorit, that's not nice. And Amanda's like, what does a cult have to do with anything? Amanda says, this woman disrespected me and my son. Now she wants to bring up that I was in a cult. She's scraping the bottom of the barrel for anything to make me look bad. So they're all like, you were in a cult? What kind? So Amanda says that's a different story. We'll talk about that another time. Jennifer Tilly says, I already knew that about Amanda. I Googled her the same way everybody else in this group Googles her as well. I know all the history. She says, even people who claim they don't Google everybody, we all do it. She says, even when Meghan Markle said that she didn't Google Prince Harry, I was like, Meghan, please. I said, now, how did Meghan Markle get astray? I said, wow, oh, it seems like the girls are so pressed over Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, honey. Like, why are y'all so pressed? Why are y'all so pressed? Let me get off of that. But here's my thing. You can't try to gag somebody about their tea that they've already spilled. Amanda wrote a whole blog about the cult. So you bringing that up as a gotcha moment fell flat, Dorit. And Dorit, you're an easy read, because all somebody has to say to you is, well, let's talk about your money problems. Let's talk about how PK left you with a mountain of debt. Let's talk about what does PK do for a living. Let's talk about how you've both been scraping by on smoke and mirrors for years. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the house being in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure or whatever it was last year. Like, I mean, girl, I'm sorry. There's a lot on you too. Let's talk about the rumors about how you would sell your stuff on Poshmark and eBay, and you know, allegedly you've been banned from certain stores because you sell the stuff immediately because you need that money. Allegedly. So I'm just kind of like, there's stuff about you too that folks could bring up, Dorit. Just saying. You know, let's talk about the husbands. Exactly. Yeah, Camille clocked her a long time ago. And Bravo and Andy, they've gone light when it comes to the rumors about her finances. I'm just saying, like, I feel like Dorit, not too much. So now, Bose's friend Summer, I forgot that her friend was still there. Like, I forgot all about her. I said, oh, she wants her camera time, honey, because she was in the last episode when they went out to lunch. Now she's in this episode at the birthday dinner. You can tell that Miss Summer is happy for some camera time. All right. So now, Bose's friend Summer says, oh, are you bringing the cult up because you're saying that there are more intense interactions? And Dorit says, yeah, I'm saying that I would imagine that she's gone through worse in a cult than what happened the other night. So Amanda says, I'm not saying that it's the worst thing that happened to me. I'm just saying that I woke up every 30 minutes after that night with my heart beating fast. So Bose is like, oh my gosh, like, girl. I said, Amanda, you have to learn how to quit while you're ahead. The women already don't see it for you. They already feel like you're full of it. So to say that you felt your heart beating out of your chest, it felt like a physiological threat. They're just like, girl, can you shut up? Like, sometimes it's okay. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And the way they were all like, oh my gosh, girl, like, enough with this. Like, you were that sad about what happened. Like, I just said, Amanda, if I were you, I would have given you, like, girl, you are really desperate to bring up the cult rumors. You really are. Like, I would have paid her dust. I would have paid Dorit dust. I wouldn't have said anything about, you know, my heart was beating out of its chest. I wouldn't have said that. I would have taken a sip of my drink and paid her dust. Okay? All right. Yeah, you said Amanda was dragging it. I just said, in this case, you just have to know when to when to say when to just be quiet, you know? You said you can't stand a one upper. Yes, it was very dramatic about, oh, my heart was beating out of his chest and all. It's like, girl, enough. Oh, you're not, she's the husband in her relationship. Child. Dramatic on top of calling Dorit aggressive. She was doing too much. Yes. You said Amanda's a Karen in 4K. Yes, you have to know when to be on mute. Exactly. Yes, I know when to fold them. Amanda said she was in a cult, gave creepy. When to fold them. Yeah, know when to fold them, honey. Okay. So anyhow, Bo says your expectations of not having confrontation in the way you don't like is unrealistic. Erika says, I agree with that. Bose, I don't think that anybody's saying that it's unrealistic to have conflict. I think she's just saying the next time you want to question me, can you not be so nasty about it? That's not unreasonable. And Bose, it's no shade, but I really hope that you have this same energy when they turn on you next. When Erika is in your face calling you the C word and shading you, and Kyle's going to be the ringleader of it all, and Dorit's nowhere to be found, I really hope that you have the same energy about it's okay for folks to talk to you crazy and be, and have conflict with you and be aggressive. I just really hope when the gang gets all back together and they turn on you next, because the day is coming, you will have your Garcelle and Sutton moment. So when that day comes, I hope that you have that same energy. And I hope that you're okay with the amount of aggression they have towards you when that day comes. So just keep that in mind. All right? Okay. Just saying. And if they bring Rinna back, because after Rinna got all this love on Traitors, I could see them bringing Rinna back. And Rinna wants to be back on that show. Trust and believe. And if Rinna comes back and they all band together again, it'll be the Fox Force 5 2.0, and you will be the target. And I hope you have that same energy. I really hope you have the same energy. I'm going to say that. All right? Okay. Listen. So now, Amanda says, well, can there be disagreement without conflict? And they all say no. Bo says, girl, what are you talking about? In this human experience, she's in a fantasy world. We've got to get real. We have to have real conversation. There can be disagreement without conflict, right? You can disagree with what I'm saying, and it doesn't have to be a conflict. Like what Amanda's saying is not, it shouldn't be met with that reaction. In the ideal world, we should be able to have disagreement without a conflict. Because you disagree does not mean that we are at odds or I'm upset. It's okay to disagree. I think it's really sad that they're telling her basically, no, we can't disagree without conflict. But they're also low-key telling her, girl, on this show, it's going to be both. It's not one or the other. It's both. It's conflict and disagreement. Like, be prepared to fight. They're low-key telling her that. But yeah, if you're somebody with emotional regulation and you have some common sense, you should be able to disagree with somebody without it leading to an argument. It should be. Yeah. Of course you can, but not on Housewives. Exactly. So, well, I mean, that goes without saying. I'm not talking about if it's rooted in hate or bigotry. I'm talking about it's a normal thing. Like, oh, I like potatoes. This person doesn't like potatoes. Like, obviously not that. Of course. I mean, I didn't think I needed to spell it all the way out, but yeah, of course. Obviously not bigotry or homophobia or, hate, of course. But when it comes to like trivial things like food or music takes, yeah, of course. Yeah. You can definitely disagree peacefully. Exactly. Yes, this conversation was all over the place. Exactly. It really was. No, I'm serious. I'm like, I mean, some things go without saying. It's like, well, obviously, Like, I don't think that I have to spell everything out, but yeah. Like, I didn't think I had to spell everything out. You know what I'm saying, You move on to the next thing, Claudia, okay? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, literally, like, Yeah, honey. Oh, listen, honey. Let me just. Apparently, I have to talk plain, honey. Just talk plain and spell it all the way out. My lord. Oh. Oh my gosh. Can we like skip through this? We can just skip through this scene, child. I'm just so tired. Yes, yeah. Child. So now, well, I mean, may I say something? You know, you would be surprised. I think that content creation, especially when you do recaps, you see that a lot of adults are very immature and have no emotional regulation whatsoever. Because the way folks will call me everything but a child of God, the way folks will get really upset over my takes on these shows is wild. You will see people who, I mean, and I say I feel sorry for them. I say that they obviously have poor social skills. In real life, they probably have no friends, nobody to talk to, and they're probably a bore to be around. Because the fact that you're getting mad at my opinions, I mean, it's the vitriol from some people who are typing. It's crazy. It's very sad, and I can only imagine how they are in social settings, or they probably aren't in social settings. They have no friends, but they have no events to go to. But you can tell a lot about who's regulated and who's not when doing this. It's very sad. So. And then that's why sometimes I don't even feel the need to go back and forth with folks. I feel sorry for you. I don't need to argue with you. Life is already getting you as it is. So, you have a lot of sadness and anger in your heart. So it's very sad, you know? Yes, honey. Yes, 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 very much so. No, it's true. The average person is unhinged. You see it, honey. Honey, you contrarians, argumentative, poor social skills. It's a sad combination, child. It's a sad combination. Yeah, honey, no events to go to, child. Yeah, honey, the fast food wrappers on the ground of their basement. Oh my gosh. No, they do. They like these reality TV people over themselves. It's true. Yeah, take your medicine, child. Exactly. No, it's true. It's true. Oh my gosh. No, that's why I say I'm not going to argue with folks. I can't, I mean, how do I look sitting up here arguing with somebody with a cartoon profile picture, no profile picture, a picture of a shoe, and they're mad at me and that looks crazy. They probably need all sorts of help, no social skills, no friends, nobody. They talking to themselves all day. So, you can't even get upset. When you look at it like that, you can't even get upset at people. You say, I feel sorry for you. I feel very sorry for you. So, oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, no. You still need to go ahead and change your profile picture. Go, honey, you have a picture of a teacup, honey. Come on, herbal tea. Oh goodness. Y'all have me screaming. Y'all have me screaming. Yeah, honey, I'm not doing it. Yeah, honey, bless your heart. They were hiding in the shadows, honey. Listen, honey. Yes, honey, it's better to stay silent. It's true. It's true. It's very true. But yes, honey, some folks are backed up. They haven't used the restroom. They're constipated. They're just full of it, literally. I feel sorry for people. So, take a laxative, eat some dates, eat some figs, something. And people have a lot of issues. So God bless. Oh my gosh. The profile pic girls get whacked every life. Yes, talking to themselves while tuna subbing. No, they're not. They're not talking to anybody. And probably living at their mama's house, can't even do anything. They gotta do it quietly under the covers. Make sure mama don't hear them. Got the brazzers turned all the way down. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. Oh gosh. You guys have me screaming. Okay. Oh gosh. Yes, honey, on the family computer, honey. A mess. Gotta delete the search history. Just a mess, honey. Getting tossed in mama's house, honey. Can't even toss right. They gotta be stiff as a board. Oh gosh, Brooke, I got a profile picture now. You're not gonna block me. Okay, I love it. Yes. Oh gosh, y'all. Oh goodness. Oh, Lord have mercy. And you're really pressed if you're watching it on a computer. Like a computer, okay, back in the day, I can understand that. But if you're watching it on DVDs or a computer, then you are pressed. You are pressed for a tuna sub because you should be watching it right on your phone. Still got dial-up AOL. Folks talking about watching it on the big screen on the computer. I'm like, oh, you are pressed, honey. You are pressed. A mess. Yes, and old. No, it's giving very much old. That's what it really is. Oh my, no, I have a story to tell y'all that has me that maybe I'll tell y'all one day, but it's like it has to do with this, and I could not stop laughing. Like I could not stop laughing. And everybody was like, "Wait, what? Like are you like how old are you? Like are you like 62? Like what is going on?" You said roll up to AMC, honey, desperate. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am screaming. Oh my gosh. You have me screaming. How do we get here? Where's Miss Dorothy? Dorothy, where are you? The chat has gone off the rails. Okay, I'll listen to it on the iPod. Oh my gosh. No, it's not a story about me. It's about somebody else. So I'm not the troll. Nobody could use it as, it's not to shame me. It's not a story about me. It's a story about somebody else. Wait, you said you comment on your phone though. I'm screaming. Oh, Dorothy said she's sitting up here enjoying the conversation. I know that's right. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys have me on the floor. I cannot stop laughing. Where were we? Was it just me? Did anybody feel like Rachel Zoe was trying to make this all about her? Rachel Zoe jumping in about we can't control how people speak to us. If I could control people speak to me, it'd be different. I mean, I'm sorry, Rachel, but I feel like you're the CEO and founder of your brand, and I doubt that folks are talking to you crazy. Like, I highly doubt that. I'm not believing that. Did anybody catch how Sutton was like, what Sutton whispered, the way Dorit spoke to her wasn't even that bad? I said, well, you know what, Sutton, bless your heart, because obviously you wouldn't feel that way, because seeing how they curse you out every chance they get, and you have Erika who's called you a see you next Tuesday for seasons on end, and you willingly, and Erika even told you to your face last reunion when Erika said, girl, you get the shit beat out of you every year and you come back with a smile, and you smiled. A true desperado, you will accept whatever piss poor treatment because you're just that desperate. So of course, how Dorit spoke to Amanda wasn't that bad in your mind because you've gone through worse, and you will gladly continue to accept that because you're so desperate. But I said, Sutton, if I were you, I would keep quiet. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't. Sutton really annoyed me so bad with that. I was like, oh yeah, she is. She's very annoying. Very much so. Yeah, very much so. Yes, yes, yes. Yep. She called her a punching bag. Exactly. Child. A mess. So now Rachel goes on to say that she knows all about verbal assault. She's in a very vulnerable state right now. So now she says it's been a very emotional day with the divorce being announced. She's a ticking time bomb. So now she starts crying. Dorit and Bose walk over to her to console her. They walk off to go outside. And Bose says, with all the fabulosity, Rachel Zoe is still human. So they're outside consoling her. Rachel Zoe is sobbing. She says, it's not okay. I can't take the high road every minute of my life. She breaks in her closet. She makes 100 decisions a day, and she's paralyzed with exhaustion. And Dorit says, yeah, and then on top of that, people judge you. So now Bo says, why are we worrying about the judgment? It's hard enough going through a separation, divorce, and grief. And when I dealt with that, I had to put on a brave face for my daughter. I'm not going to hold you. I wasn't moved by this little sister moment with Bose, Rachel Zoe, and Bose. I wasn't. I really wasn't. It just feels like Bose is always the shoulder to cry on, and she always has her cape on for these women. And I'm wondering if she's able to cry with them. If she should ever have a moment of weakness or vulnerability, will she get the same treatment? That's what I want to know. Okay. I'm very intentional about letting folks know, especially that there is none of that superhero, babe, I need to know, are you here for me if I fall apart? You got to show me before I show you, period. It can't always be. Very much so. Very much so. The way Bo's running after Rachel, yes, she did. She flew out of that seat and went right to her. I said, oh, girl. I just, no. So now the servers come out to bring the cakes, and Erika says that she hated this night. It was annoying, but she looked cute. So now Jennifer Tilly goes outside to get Dorit. She says, hey, just so you know, the cakes have come out. Kyle wants you back to blow out the candles. So now Rachel Zoe's like, you know what? I can't go back in. I'm just tired. So now she says she wanted a hot girl summer and she's not having one at all. Now, mind you, summer just started, Rachel Zoe. So there's still time to have a hot girl summer. I feel like Rachel Zoe is too tightly wound and too high strung to really be like easy breezy, carefree, in my opinion. And again, I felt like, how do we go from Amanda versus Dorit versus Kyle to now it's all about Rachel Zoe and her tears? Like, I was confused how we went from A, B to all the way to Z. So, you know. Now, we do see some short scenes. Now, we see Dorit writing an excerpt of her book. We see Bo's at home. Her daughter, Layel, just got her license. And Bo surprises Layel with the Maserati. Gorgeous. It's $110,000. Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad, okay? Now, just a quick side note. I saw a few people on X. I'll always call it Twitter, but I saw some comments saying, "Oh, why is Bose getting her daughter such an expensive car?" So it's okay when all the other kids get expensive cars, but when Bose gives her daughter a Maserati, it's a problem. So the same folks who were cheering when Portia got her Porsche, and they even when Mauricio and Kyle bought Portia a Porsche for her 16th birthday, and they said a Porsche for Portia. So y'all were like, "Oh, that's so cute. I love that. That's wonderful." So that was okay. But Layel at 18 gets a Maserati, and now is why are we getting her such an expensive car? Let's just move on. Let's just move. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I I was here for it. And Bose, you should have bought your daughter 3 Maseratis. If she bought her 5 Maseratis, I would have been here for it. So it's okay but when gets a Maserati at 17, 18, it's a problem. Now it's too much. That's very spoiled. Why couldn't you get her a less expensive car? Why does she need that? Well, why does a 16-year-old need a Porsche? So it's okay okay. 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 Anyhow, we now see a scene with Kyle. She's at the venue for her daughter's wedding. We know Alexia's getting married. This scene wasn't interesting to me. I don't, great gowns, beautiful gowns, right? They're doing the final walkthrough of the venue. Originally, Alexia wanted to get married in Aspen, but she chose this place instead. She wanted ranch vibes. We do see Mauricio at the walkthrough. Mauricio loves the venue. He makes a joke about the sound system. And now Kyle says, "Oh yeah, Mauricio's taking DJ lessons now. He can do the party. He can do the music." She says, "That's a hard no, though, for me and Alexia." So Mauricio says, he loves music. He has time on his hands now. Why not take on a new hobby? Now, in my last live, we spoke about how being a celebrity DJ is the newest grift. So Mauricio being a DJ now is so funny to me. Did anybody notice the tension between Kyle and Mauricio in this scene? Kyle looked annoyed to be around Mauricio. It wasn't lost on me. But yeah, they're going over the final walkthrough. We find out that originally the guest list was 150 people. Now the number has grown. Mauricio's joking about how he wants, there needs to be a budget for the wedding. And Kyle's like, "Just pay for the damn wedding, okay? She's our first daughter getting married. Just pay for it." But yeah, the wedding planner's like, are you all ready to sign the deposit? Send the deposit and sign the papers. Like, we're good, right? So they say that's perfect. So all is well. So now we see a short scene with Kathy at home. She's getting an IV drip. I feel like Kathy is addicted to those IV drips. She loves them. We see Rachel Zoe come over. Rachel Zoe says Kathy's an interesting person, reminds her of her mother, very supportive. She says that at her dinner party the other night, she was laughing so hard because Kathy ate all this caviar at the caviar table. And she says it felt like something that her mom would do. The way Rachel Zoe was cracking up at that whole story about Kathy eating all that caviar, I was waiting for the joke. Like, what was so funny? I mean, like, I like to laugh. So I was waiting for Rachel Zoe to tell me what the funny part was. But the way Rachel was just cracking up over her eating all that caviar, I said, "Well, girl, isn't that just a normal day?" Yeah. I said, "Okay. Yeah, Kathy's not funny. The whole ditzy act is annoying." Yes, it is. Kathy's trying to revamp her image. She's trying to revamp her image because she's aware of the hit that she took with that whole Aspen trip 4 years ago. And the rumors about them, that about her being a little bit, funny style. And Paris and Nikki being caught saying the N-word back in the day, Kathy's trying to revamp her image as she's not, or, you know, that they're not racist and that she's not a snob and that she's very down to earth and very silly. And it happens to be very rich. She's trying to revamp. So, okay. So anyhow, Kathy says, oh, did y'all also catch how when her housekeeper came out, Paola, with the wine, and Kathy made sure to joke around and say, oh, you know, here's the lady, Paola. Remember when Kathy first joined on as a friend of, and she got backlash when she left one of her piece of luggage at home, and she said, I need the lady to come and drive to Palm Springs and bring it to me. And we were all like, girl, you don't know your staff's name? That is so disrespectful and so rude to call her the lady and not her name. And then she was like, oh no, I didn't mean it that way. It's a running joke. She made sure to say Paola's name today. I said, that's right, girl. Put some respect on Miss Paola, honey. All right. I don't understand. I don't know who you think you are that you can't say your staff's name. The lady, excuse me? Somebody who's been working for your family, working in your house for decades, and you call them the lady? What? But she had her act together in this episode. I said, mm-hmm. And they put Miss Paola's name on the screen too. I said, I know that's right, Miss Paola. I hope you got a check too. And Miss Paola was mic'd up. I said, I know that's right. Let them know, Paola. Don't ever let them play in your face and call you the lady ever. So anyhow, she says, I was very concerned about you the other night. Rachel says, you know, my whole divorce being splashed on page 6 in Us Weekly. In my mind, I'm trying to keep this quiet. I don't want my kids to have to worry or hear about it at all. So now she says that at dinner to see Dorit being judged for breaking in this group, that was the breaking point for me. I need to know that I'm not being judged because I want to know, is it a safe space for me to speak freely here? Rachel, I still think that you're a great addition to the show, but Miss Mamas, you're laying it on a bit thick. Nobody's judging you about anything. Like, I don't think they're judging you about your divorce. I think that Rachel Zoe wants to be dramatic and have a moment because I'm confused as to all the theatrics about, oh my gosh, are they judging me? And I have my breaking point. Just say I'm emotional about my divorce and it hurts that, you know, this man that I was with for 33 years is out here with somebody else. And I'm upset about that. But to say, you know, I felt, you know, am I going to be judged? Am I next? Girl, what are we talking about? And nobody even knows that much about you and Roger for you to feel like you're being judged. I was confused by this whole entire exchange. Okay. So yeah, I was okay, girl. I mean, I guess you said Rachel does too much and it fell flat. It did fall flat. It did fall flat. Hey, Bio Miss Flores, thank you for the super chat. Remember how she treated Tiffany Haddish at that runway? Acting like Tiffany was a sideshow attraction. Yes. Big Kathy is a weirdo and I don't like her. Yes. New York Fashion Week 2 years ago, when her and Paris were sitting next to Tiffany Haddish and they dared Tiffany to walk in the middle of the fashion show. And Tiffany did it like a weirdo. And I think Tiffany got banned from that designer's show. So just a mess. That was real nasty work. And then Kathy Hilton was like, oh no, we would never do that. We were just joking about, we were joking with her and we had no idea that she would actually do that. No, girl, because the person who was recording y'all both were reading your lips and you guys said, I dare you to do that. So don't say that, oh, it was a joke and then we had no idea that she would do that. No, y'all wanted her to make a fool of herself. A mess. Yes, very much a big tap dancer. Exactly. Yep, her dumbass actually did it. Absolutely. Listen, a mess. A mess. So now, Rachel says that everybody in the group, whether they agree with Dorit or not, needs to just cheer for Dorit, give her grace. She says that she needs her family right now. She needs to go out. She's usually in the Hamptons right now. And Kathy says, yeah, you need to have a hot girl summer. And now Rachel's like, would you be worried if I made out with a cute guy at the bar? And it's like, why would anybody be worried? You're a grown woman. Girl, like, I don't know. It's like Rachel Zoe is always trying to make a moment, make things more dramatic than they are. Because who's worried about you meeting a guy and hooking up for a night. Like, that's not that, babe, that's normal. That's a normal Wednesday. Like, I don't understand why we're making a big deal about things that are not a big deal. And I think that Rachel Zoe wants to have a dramatic moment all the time. And it's wearing thin on me. It really is. Yeah, who cares about Rachel Zoe? Yeah, it's no shade. She's producing. How are you gonna have someone be in your home all the time and not know their name? I agree. Yes, main character syndrome. I like her, but girl, relax. Why do they keep saying hot girl summer? Because Rachel said that at the beginning of this season. Yes, it is. Hot girl summer is so late. Like, babe, that was 6 years ago. That was 2020, height of COVID. That was so late. Like, girl, it's 2026, honey. We are past hot girl summer. No one says that anymore. It's annoying. Her vocal fry annoys me. Yes, the way Miss Mama strains that voice, honey. She strains that voice. Okay. So now we can skip this scene. Because I know that some folks get very emotional about Bo's and this fertility journey. I'm going to take my own advice. Some things are not for public consumption, so we can just move on. I have my thoughts about this. God bless. We gonna move right on. I'm not even gonna go there. Let's just skip it. So now we see Dorit, Sutton, and Rachel Zoe having lunch. When I tell you that Sutton could not even contain her excitement about sitting with the cool girls. I mean, did you see that Sutton was so happy to be sitting next to Dorit? Like, she felt so good. And if I'm being honest, Sutton has been in very few scenes this season. And Sutton, you're so dumb because you shot yourself in the foot in so many ways with you ditching Garcelle. Now you barely get screen time because back in the day, you used to get a fair amount of screen time. Now you're averaging maybe 30 seconds to maybe a minute each episode. Last week, you didn't get any scenes. You were 5 seconds of you walking into the restaurant in that granny outfit, and that was it. This episode, I clocked you got, I think, 45 seconds total of screen time. Maybe a minute 20. But you get no screen time. Like, you get no minutes. Just so we're clear. This will be your last season. I don't see, you're not a top housewife. You have no iconic like moments. The ugly leather pants to Crystal, that's your only memorable line. But besides that, and name them and ugly leather pants. That's it. But besides that, girl, you have no iconic reads or scenes or looks. So, and you're getting no screen time this season. Just saying. But it was clear that you were so excited to film with Dorit, honey, you couldn't contain your excitement. A mess. Oh, yes, she said, let the mouse go. Yes. Yes, all her scenes were with Garcelle. Yes, okay, let the mouse go. The leather pants and name them. Those are her only moments. So anyhow, they're having lunch. And Rachel Zoe's like, so how do I look? Does it look like I only slept for 1 hour? Rachel, you need attention in the worst way, don't you? Like, you really need attention in the worst way. It just, I don't know. I'm kind of, Rachel Zoe is wearing me a bit thin. She is. So now Dorit's like, Sutton, where did you go last night? She says, Sutton is the one who told me that Amanda was talking about me behind my back. She started the whole entire shit show. And instead of calling Amanda out for lying, she went radio silent. So now Sutton says, well, you're very strong. You fight your battles very well. And Dorit says, no, I didn't want you to fight my battles, but I just wanted to know, like, why were you so quiet? Dorit, are you surprised? Sutton will run her mouth and then be quiet as a church mouse when everything hits the fan, okay? So now Dorit says, I heard about Amanda, what she said at Kathy's house about me. And Sutton says, well, she did have an opinion about you. So Rachel Zoe's like, well, was it a loud and strong opinion? And she goes on to say, it was pretty ballsy, in my opinion, for her to punt this to Kyle. When you don't own something, it does enrage the person. She says, what I would have said if I were Amanda is, I'm sorry that I barely know you. I'm sorry for giving my opinion. I apologize. And next time I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Again, what Amanda said, piggybacking off of Kyle, it didn't warrant this sit-down lunch to go and analyze what was said. Like, can we move on? I'm sorry, y'all. It's really clear that you guys don't have a lot going on, because for you guys to drag this out, like, it's enough. It really is. Yes, Rachel's giving, she called TMZ about her divorce and is relishing in the attention. I agree. Rachel is nice, but I wish she gave us more. I feel like her divorce is kind of boring, like giving Dorit. Yes. There was nothing to say sorry for. They are obsessed with Amanda. Yes, honey. Happy Black History Month. Yes. They're all on the show to have opinions on one another. Exactly. Sutton's not owning anything about Garcelle and playing obtuse about the demise of their friendship. I agree. This is a boring crew. You can tell that she's happy that it's being publicized. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, Us Weekly and the Daily Mail and In Touch and the National Enquirer and Page Six and Deadline and Variety, they're all talking about my divorce, but I'm so sad about it. But did you see that Page Six mentioned it? But I'm really sad though. But Page Six, if she says Page Six one more time, I'm going to scream. She loves the attention and she knows it. Because if I'm being honest with you, I mean, who's really talking about Rachel Zoe? It's no shade. But, I'm not really, Rachel Zoe and Dorit and their divorces, I need something else. Yes, honey, it's like Forbes and local newspaper and Harper's Bazaar and Elle Magazine and Vogue, Essence Magazine, Ebony, Jet, they all talk about Black Enterprise, they all talking about my divorce, honey. Yes, honey. Page Six is her 28,000. Yes. So oh my gosh. Oh goodness. You said, baby, she said Ebony, Jet, Harper's Bazaar, Women's Health, Maxim, GQ. They all talk about her divorce, honey, and she is distraught. Yes, honey. China Daily, Tatler Magazine, Women's Wear Daily. She's naming all of them. Yes, honey. Good Housekeeping, AARP Magazine. What else? National Geographic. Yes, 17. Cosmopolitan, Cosmo Girl, National Geographic. Yes, honey. GNC, Craigslist, Sports Illustrated. Yes, honey. Playboy, Playgirl, all of them. Radar Online, yes. What was Queen Latifah's magazine on Living Single? I'm screaming. Yes, honey. Southern Living, Hamptons Magazine, all of them. Modern Luxury, all of them. Bratz Magazine. Not Reader's Digest. Yes, honey. Oprah Magazine, exactly. Oh my gosh, y'all have me screaming. Yes, honey. Better Home and Garden, Architectural Digest. Please, honey. She's all over with all this news. Not Schoolhouse Rock. The Jennifer Hudson Show, Mad Magazine, Media Takeout, Town and Country. Yes, the Shade Room, Men's Health. Exactly. Gossip, Scholastic, not Backpage. Oh, not Backpage, honey. honey. Oh, back page. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, the original Brazzers. I am screaming. Publishers Clearinghouse at the Scholastic Book Fair. Hell, even Food Network. Y'all need to stop. All right, all right. Party's over. Party's over. Time. Party's over. Honey, we don't speak about. Stop. A fight broke out last month in a live. A mess. I won't even say the initials. A mess. Don't. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, honey. Move on. Move on to the next thing, Claudia. We need you. We need you, Dottie. We need you, Big Dottie. Not sister to sister. Oh my gosh. Y'all better stop it. Oh my gosh. Yes, honey. Shape magazine. Yes. Now, why would y'all say that? Exactly. Just trying to start trouble, honey. Trying to start. I am screaming. Oh my gosh. Please, y'all. Y'all better stop it. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, see, we can't even joke about magazines, honey, without y'all starting stuff. My God. Oh goodness, here y'all go. All right, party's over. Party's over. Yes, exactly. The only time we gotta say those initials is for Jameer Williams. That's right, Jameer. Who said news by Sheree? Oh my gosh, international mail. Not Highlights magazine, child. Oh my gosh, y'all, please stop. Oh goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. So we cut to Kyle and Amanda. They're on a hike and they're talking about what happened last night. So Kyle pays her a compliment on the house. She says, "Oh, you did a great job with the house, by the way." Amanda says, "Thank you." She says, "I have a lot of peace in my house, but when it comes to these friendships in this group, I don't have any peace." So now Kyle says that last night was so stressful and very annoying. She says her frustration with Dorit is Bose can say the same thing that she said, and she'll have a good reaction to what Bose said versus when she says it. And I said, well, that's because Kyle, you're playing in her face and you're on PK's side. That's why, because it's not that Dorit's trying to be a contrarian. It's that she knows that you have ulterior motives when you say stuff and you don't have her best interests at heart. That's why. So now, Kyle says, oh, Amanda says, well, you told me that you experienced him being a good father. I see why you're conflicted. Kyle says, regardless of what I know or don't know, I still stand by the fact that it's best not to put this stuff out there. But I think she's so angry that she doesn't care. She's so blinded to want to get any help from me that I want to give her. She's not open to it. So Amanda says, I was having a good time with them, or so I thought, getting to know Bose, talking about self-empowerment. And then all of a sudden, things just flipped. So now we're back at the lunch with Dorit and Sutton and Rachel Zoe, and they're still talking about Amanda. Dorit says, I've heard about her businesses. I've not heard about her past or her upbringing or anything. So Sutton says, I want to know about the cult. And it's okay to talk about it because it's on her website. Well, if it's on her website, then what else is there to know? Like, she's talked about it on her website. Also, Sutton, if I'm going to be honest with you, I've always felt like we don't know enough about you. You've never spoken really about that divorce. Why did your husband divorce you? Like, was he cheating? I feel like you're still an enigma when it comes to your life, in my opinion. You're still very guarded. So I find it funny that you want to pry into Amanda's life and her business about this cult. Because again, sis, why don't we know about, like, what's the real reason why you divorced? Was he, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just think that Sutton has some nerve to want to know about Amanda when we don't really know that much about her. So, oh, I see y'all still naming outlets, but we won't finish this recap if we keep talking about the magazines, though. Y'all, I said somebody saying Finger Hut magazine. Okay, I believe he was cheating too. I believe that. The way he divorced her was nasty. He gave her the divorce papers on her birthday, honey. It definitely gave cheating. Sutton told us he was controlling and weird. Might be an NDA. Yeah, we don't even know about what happened with her and Avi. Exactly. So for her to talk about Amanda is really comical to me. Yeah, she hasn't told her story. He got tired of that dry mangy cat of hers. I'm screaming. Amanda is a one-hit wonder. Sears catalog is crazy. I think we can guess about that divorce. Sutton is so obtuse and self-centered. Yes. Like Giselle, we don't know much. Yeah, I agree. Him getting the marriage annulled is very telling. Let's talk about the husband. Dollar Tree catalog. An enigma wrapped in a riddle in a cat sweater. Must be something legal. Sutton got NDA on everyone, even Avi and Garcelle. Will Avi come out to say what happened? I hope he does. Yeah, honey, he gave her divorce papers on her birthday. He put them on top of the birthday cake and opened up the cake and said, surprise, we're getting a divorce. A mess. A mess. A hot mess. No shade. Nobody cares about Sutton. Yeah. Not Payless, honey. Not using Erika's tagline to read Sutton. Listen. He got tired of dealing with Reba. Well, no, but Sutton said that Reba and her ex-husband are super close still. So Reba and her ex are locked in. So not Sutton sizzle away. Yeah, he pretty much did tell her that. You said she may have her ways, but Christian sounds like a demon. All shade. Nobody cares about Sutton. That's evil. No wonder her panties are always in a bunch. Child. Reba said, we ain't letting that money go. I'm sure Reba loves him more than Sutton. She probably does. Because even Sutton said that. Sutton said that she did feel like her mom favored her ex-husband over her. So now Rachel Zoe says, well, isn't a cult something that you don't want to say that you're a part of? So Sutton says it's not a good thing. And I said, obviously, Sutton, like, thank you, Captain Obvious. Dorit says, there's something amiss. So Rachel Zoe says, at the end of the day, we're gonna find out who she actually is. We have the right to ask those questions. Let's see who the F she is. So Sutton's like, well, what do you think we can do to make her feel more comfortable to tell us about how she ended up in a cult and how she escaped? Rachel Zoe says, I can do that. I have no problem asking her questions. So Sutton says that Amanda is an enigma to her and she seems really quiet. I mean, if I'm being honest, y'all are all being obtuse because you think that a woman that you guys keep berating is going to open up to y'all. Like, are you serious right now? Like, for real? Are we really doing this? So now Rachel Zoe says, I do want to know the story of her business. She's a self-made entrepreneur. That's usually a deflection because she identifies herself as her business. A lot of folks do that. People try to hide their identity with their work. No offense, but Rachel, it's no shade, but you low-key are the same way. Your business and what you do, being a stylist, you've made that your personality. So I really can't take that comment seriously because you don't let us forget about who you are and what you've done and what you've accomplished. Like, you've made being a stylist your entire personality. Always talking about shopping all the time. You die for your Chanel and Hermes. I mean, Miss Mama, stop. We don't see you as having a personality besides being a celebrity stylist, being a brand. We don't know another side of you. We only know you being the stylist. I mean, honestly, I'm just saying, we don't see the other facets of your personality. And it's no shade, but I don't think that you do have much of a personality. It's more of being a boss and being a stylist. We don't see any other sides of you. We don't see a sexy side of you. We don't see anything else but being a businesswoman, respectfully. So for you to say that about Amanda is kind of comical because you're the same way too. Just saying. Yes, she's all about work. Yes. Who are you beyond the labels? Exactly. We don't get depth on Rachel. So we don't. So yeah, business oriented and nothing else. I agree. Just glad Rachel stopped the divorce talk. She's got to give us more. I agree. So now Amanda says, we cut back to Amanda and Kyle. And Amanda says, all I can do is share my truth and be vulnerable and authentic. I thought it was authentic and vulnerable of me when I told them all that I never left a dinner party crying and that my heart was beating out of its chest. For Dorit to bring up the most irrelevant part about me being in a cult, there was no dirt there. She says, I'm not hiding the whole cult story. So now Kyle says, I have to say, Amanda, at some point, I'm going to need to hear more about this cult. And then she starts laughing. Now, Kyle, I don't think that you or your sisters are in a place to pry when you and your sisters are extremely and notoriously tight-lipped when it comes to Big Kathy, your mother. Anytime Big Kathy gets brought up, y'all are all like, well, you get mad. The way Kathy stopped speaking to you for years because she thought that you were going to expose your mom on that show that you did called American Woman was about your childhood. And you made your mom look all peachy in that show, on that show. The way y'all refuse to tell the truth about Big Kathy, y'all do not talk about her at all. I don't know if I'd be pressing anybody about them being in a cult. And if I were Amanda, I'd be really petty and I would say, okay, I'll tell you about the cult if you tell me about Big Kathy and your upbringing. Listen, I read The House of Hilton. I read that book from cover to cover, front to back. I believed every single word. That upbringing was chaotic. And the fact that you guys got that, you try to get that book banned and removed off of Amazon, because I paid $55 for that book because y'all try to up the price and you don't want people buying that book. Listen, because the story of Big Kathy is wild. And y'all's upbringing from according to that book, I have it right here. Your upbringing was wild, and that's putting it nicely. That's putting it mildly. I don't know about you trying to inquire and pry and prod and press and poke Amanda about her being in a cult when you guys are notoriously tight-lipped about Big Kathy. I'm gonna just leave that there. So And now if you go on Amazon, you can't even buy the book. The book says unavailable, out of stock. I said, y'all must have bought up all the books because y'all don't want the truth getting out. At one point, before the book was sold out, it was going for, I think, $120, a mess. A hot mess. Yeah, it's very hard to find. It's very hard to find the book. And I got my copy though before I couldn't get it. I got it. I said, I don't care if this book is this much. I'm buying it. A mess, honey. A hot mess. So I just feel like you have some nerve talk about, well, I need to hear about this cult and your experience when you won't tell about what really went on and how y'all really grew up. And that's why y'all are all messed up now. But I digress. Allegedly. So, oh, it's $15 on Kindle. Okay, we'll get it. Okay, well, okay. Oh, look at, shout out to Kindle. Kindle said, honey, we have the book right here. I know that's right, honey. Yup, the American Woman show got canceled. It's $418 now. See, you see that? They said, honey, they don't want anybody reading the book. A mess. Honey, I have my copy right here. It's about $10 in Germany on Kindle. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That's good to know. I tried to buy it and couldn't buy it. Oh, I got some free audiobook credits on eBay, so minimum of $56. Okay, yup. The hardcover is $85. What's the name of the book? The House of Hilton. Sold out. All right, honey, listen, honey, I'm telling you right now, honey, baby, that book told it all. That book told it all. They did a whole deep dive on their mom's upbringing, and that book told it all. And the fact that they have not sued the author who wrote the book, that shows that he was telling the truth. Honey, listen. The hardcover is about $150 on Amazon. Oh, so it's back on Amazon for $150 now. You better read it. Can you spell little T in the book? Maybe another time, because we'll be here all day. We need a book club on this. The story is wild. Can't sue unless you prove it's slander. Exactly. Child, I said, all right. Well, my point remains, Kyle, I think it's very ballsy of you to press her about her cult experience when you guys won't tell the truth about your upbringing. You guys get very mad anytime the mention of your mom gets brought up. So it's called The House of Hilton. Wait, why can't I? Did I move it? I'll show it to you next time. Maybe we'll talk about it in another live. But The House of Hilton. So anyhow, Kyle says, Dorit was trying to embarrass Amanda with this info. I think she's in a really bad place right now, not the best version of herself. So Amanda says, but according to Dorit, this isn't the worst version of herself. This is open and honest. So now we cut back to Dorit, Sutton, and Rachel Zoe. Dorit says that she needs support from her friends right now. She says she came into this year thinking that her and Kyle were going to rebuild their friendship, but Kyle's actions and words are saying something different. Until Kyle shows up as an actual friend who supports her, she's not going to play this game of fake effing friend. So now we close out the episode with Dorit saying that she's protected Kyle for years at all costs. Even when she felt the most betrayed and hurt, she still had her back. So now Rachel Zoe says, honestly, Dorit, I don't think you think she wants the best for you. You just don't trust her. And that's where the episode ends. Again, y'all, let me tell y'all, I need Beverly Hills to come up with something new, something fresh, because this ain't it. I'm sorry. Like, this episode was a chore to get through, and they really don't have a lot going on. Dorit, you in this divorce storyline, it can't carry the rest of the season. I'm getting sick of it. I really am. I don't care anymore. I don't. You in the back and forth with you and Kyle, I'm over it. It was a 3 out of 10. It was very dry. Yeah, I don't care about their friendship either. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Whoever wrote it must have made a killing off that book. Yeah, I'm sure they did. But the fact that it's selling now for $418, child. Yes, honey, pick up the pace. I'd rather watch Heather's Mattress. Yeah, it is time for a reboot. And I think that is wild to me because the other day Kyle did a press run and you could tell, remember how I said that Kyle is gunning for 20 straight seasons, being the only housewife to ever have 20 consecutive seasons, because she did an interview with, I think, Entertainment Tonight, and the interviewer said to her, Kyle, how does it feel? You are the only OG, or the only housewife to have ever done 15 consecutive seasons. And the way she was beaming with pride, I said, yeah, Andy and Kyle are definitely in cahoots to make sure that Kyle is the only housewife to date who can say they've never quit, been fired, let go, left for a season, took a break. She's gunning for that 20 seasons in a row. She is. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, never put on pause, anything. Can you believe this book is secondhand for almost $500 here in the Netherlands? I'm not surprised. I agree. That's not a win to be the longest running housewife. You never had another project, took a break. I agree. But in her brain, she wants that. She wants all that. Thank you. How is Kyle the longest running housewife? Something's wrong with that sentence. Well, yeah, think about it. I mean, out of all the OGs, Kyle is the only one who's never taken a break. And then I think Giselle and Ashley actually might be right behind her with 10 seasons in a row. Yeah. But Kyle is in the running because 15, the longest running. He does love Kyle. He does. Plus, I remember hearing somewhere that she's a secret producer on Beverly Hills. Yeah, she is, allegedly. Crystal said on her podcast, Kyle is the queen of that show. Yeah, they do. Yeah, she is. Crystal's not lying. And they even told her this is Kyle's show. Yeah, no, it would have gone to, if LVP were still on, it definitely would have gone to LVP. But they ran LVP off, and here we are. So 3 housewives we can't stand. Giselle and Trashy should also be gone. Child. So Kyle is allowed to coast now. Great. Candy did 14 seasons in a row, right? Candy did Candy came on season 2. But remember, though, it wouldn't matter because Candy's not an OG, because Candy's not from season 1. But at one point, Candy was the housewife with the most seasons under her belt. I think she had 14 seasons or 13. Seasons 2 through season 15. So, yeah, 13 seasons in a row, right? Okay, Candy did 14. Okay, Candy did 14. Okay, thank you for the correction. Hey, Gemini617, thank you for the super chat. I would have asked Kyle straight, why is she so obsessed with PK? Yeah, same here. Hey, Christabella, thank you for the super chat. Your laugh is contagious. Love from Toronto. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, she's making good money. I would not be surprised if Kyle is making close to 2. She's making good. I mean, Kyle's seeing at least 1.5 for sure. You said 14 years too long. Another day, not today. I don't feel like getting into all that today. Because she's associated with the Hilton. Very true. She did 14 seasons. Okay, yes, 2 through 15. Thank you, Jameer. No, remember, Teresa had that season in jail. Teresa might be like in, yeah, no, Teresa had that season when she was in jail, so no. I put Kyle at 2 million. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Yeah, I saw the clip of Kyle on the Lincoln Lawyer. Tamara has the most seasons, but Kyle has the most consecutively. No, I don't know. No, I think Tamara only has remember, Tamara was off for 2 seasons or 3 seasons. No, I don't think Tamara might have. Tamara's at 16 counting season 20. Okay. Jersey's still on pause, child. She's a racist loser. To me, she's a racist loser. Nothing got fired for. Not much to discuss. Yeah, they filmed when Teresa was in jail. They had those twins. They had that lady with her crazy husband. Her name was Amber. Those twins. Dina came back. Yeah, it was a really horrible season too. No, I didn't see that. Did you see the videos of the women who went to Jamaica? Now they're facing 6 years. And wait, is her mom? Is it a black 2 black girls or 3 black girls? They're like 21, 22, and her mom is like begging for help on TikTok. I think her mom was saying, don't go with these women. Is that the story you're talking about? Another reason why I feel like say no to girls' trips. You say no. Is that what you're? Yes. Okay. Yes. 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 Okay. Yes. Yes. A mess. I saw that. My heart weeps for that mom. My heart is weeping for that mother. Now her daughter's all caught up with the and her mom even said, I don't want you going on a trip with these girls. They're bad news. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for that girl. I do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. A mess. A hot mess. It's always some foolery. Y'all have to be so careful about who you hang out with, because it only takes being around the wrong person to have you caught up in mess. Now your life is ruined. You have to be cautious about who you hang out with. Stop letting people feel like you're being snobby or you're being rude because you're a bit standoffish or you don't want to be around everybody. If you're around the wrong person, they can take your life. You could be with, stop getting in everybody's cars. Someone might be driving a stolen car. Now you're in jail. Someone might have drugs in the car. Now you're in jail. Like, stop being around everybody. You need in these times, especially, you need to be a little bit like, pray about who you're around. You cannot be everybody's friend. I feel so sorry for this girl on vacation with these other girls. Now she's in jail. A mess. A mess. I feel so bad. I feel so bad for this girl. I do. Be careful about who you travel with, y'all. I'm serious. Y'all have people out here and they're doing this smuggling stuff into another country. Now you had no idea. Now you're in jail. Like, please be careful about who you hang out with. You have to be so careful. We are in very perilous times. You know, people are not the same anymore. It's not the same. A lot people are just dealing with so many demons and jealousy and evil in their hearts. It's not the same. You cannot be best friends, buddy with everybody. Oh gosh. I feel so bad. Yes, exactly. Shanquella Robinson. That case gets me so angry every time I think about it. Yeah, you can't. You cannot. No. I'm glad you said no. You don't know them. People might be thieves. It's too much going on in these days to be around anybody. Listen, okay? That's how it has to be. That's how it has to be. Exactly. Listen, that's why I pray against desperation for people who are desperate. I'm like, please, y'all, desperation will have y'all caught up. Stop being desperate for friends, men. The wrong man will have your life ruined. Yeah, you keep it tight. Keep it tight. Trust nobody. Trust nobody out here. It is not a game. Listen, it's too much. It's rampant with out here with all this craziness. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing wrong with going solo, and you'll have a better time than going with a group. No, there have been no updates, no arrests. I'm the fact, you know what? I think the only thing that calms me down about her case is the fact that none of those people are at peace. They have to watch their backs every time they leave the house, knowing that they are all living in torment, knowing that all of them are living in torment. All 6 of them are living in torment. They don't sleep at night. Their food's not digesting properly, knowing that all of them are living crazy. That's the only thing that keeps me at peace at night about when I think about her case. They are all living in pure torment for what they did. So even if they don't go to jail, they'll be living on hell on earth and for the rest of their lives. Child. Despicable people. It's true. No, it's true. You have to pray. You better say prayed up. It's true. Like, I know people think that's dramatic, and it's like you have to. You have to. It's not a game out here. It is not a game out here. They are living in torment. I remember the only thing I remember hearing recently, exactly. The only thing I remember hearing recently was last year, I believe, or the year before last, 2024. I remember hearing that 3 of them had went to the club in somewhere, I think I want to say in Charlotte, and they got jumped. So people were trying to take them out for what they did to Shanquella. So that was the last I heard about them. But yeah, the fact that they're living their lives knowing that they took somebody out of pure jealousy, and they are living in pure torment now. So no, listen, it's not a game out here. Yeah, they're all on the run. They're all on the run. Yeah, the U.S. Yep, Mexico refused to press femicide charges, and the U.S. dropped the ball for that young lady. Yeah, they did. Both of them. Listen, yeah, had she been blonde and blue-eyed, they would have tore up Mexico. They sure wouldn't. Let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it. Because had she, yeah, they would listen. There would have been justice, and all 6 of them would have been torn up in the jailhouse. They would have all been in the Mexican jail had she been. Yeah, exactly. A mess. Child. A hot mess. You said the ads keep getting worse. On what? The Super Bowl ads or in general? What ads are you talking about? Very much so. Very much so. Very much so. Yeah, no, for real. Pack your own bags. Pack your own. No, do not let anybody pack your bags. Oh, wait, are there ads on this live? Oh, I don't know what YouTube is doing. I didn't do that. Take that up with YouTube, Google child. You know, I don't have anything to do with that. I just do my best. Y'all, I'm like, you know, I apologize, y'all. Well, no, I don't apologize. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. Like, I didn't take that up with YouTube. You know, I just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, YouTube Premium. You know, I apologize, y'all. I am, child, it's a free program. It's free entertainment. I don't control the ads. I always click to turn them off. And then there are ads if you watch the replay. I know there are ads when you know, if you didn't catch the live. I didn't know that a lot of the ads are now popping up during the live now. Yeah, I'm just here to do my job. Like, you know, I'm just here to do my job, and that's it, y'all. It's like, you know, you know, I'm like, I am sorry, y'all. You know, I'm just clocking in, child. I didn't do anything. You know, you can click skip 5 seconds in. Yeah, I'm like, honey, leave me out of this show. Oh my gosh. Yeah, honey, we are different departments, honey. Yeah, talk to management, child. Let's make these plans with these men, child. Y'all, I had no idea. Yeah, this is not customer service, honey. I just came here to dance. That's it. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, y'all. Please. I did not put these lives in. All I know is there are lives when you watch the replay. I had no idea that they were putting lives during the actual live itself. Yeah, honey. YouTube said the bill collectors are at their door, honey. What can you do for me? Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all. Please. I promise you said it's where I never got lives before on your ads. Oh, it gave you 3 ads that you can't skip. Oh no! Wait, okay, y'all. I feel so bad because I don't put ads. I I don't have an option to turn ads on anyway during the lives. They only put them on after the replay. So can I speak to your manager, please? Yeah, honey. Call up Google. Call up Google, honey. Brooke said, call 1-800 customer service. The Osufos are lurking in every place on YouTube. They have added the ads on the lives. YouTube said 28,000. This is so funny, because people have been commenting about ads all live. Child. Yeah, YouTube said, I got to get this watch. Exactly. They getting their 28,000. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I will, but this is new to me. This is news to me, and it's new to me that they're now putting ads during the live. So, like Sheree said, what happened to customer service? Child, this happens with every video unless you pay premium. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, honey, it was not me. Oh, gosh. YouTube's gonna say that's too bad. Okay. Oh, but move on to the next thing, Claudia. Okay. Oh my gosh. Listen, y'all, I don't make the rules. I'm gonna see if there's a way I can do an ad blocker so you guys won't deal with that. You guys don't have to deal with that. So that's been for ages. I remember somebody complained on Campire's channel. Oh, okay. So it's going on. So it's not just me then. Oh, it's everybody. Okay. Listen, y'all, I'm not the one to, I don't make the rules. It's a free program, and it's a free program, and I just don't know. I don't know what more you want from me. So listen, I just work here. Okay. I'm just like, Miss YouTube says she getting her coin today. Yeah, it's happening from last year. It's not new. So, oh my gosh. Oh gosh. You said the ads be so lame. Refrigerator moving and TikTok shop leftovers. Thank you. This is the first time I've had ads on a live. Oh my gosh. Honey, all right. I just work here, honey. I just clocked in. You said, I saw everybody talking about the ads and say, yeah, right. And immediately got ads myself. Yes. Dorothy. Okay, see, now Dorothy Dorothy knows what I'm trying to say now. Dorothy knows I'm trying to keep it cute. I'm trying to keep it cute. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, Dorothy, you see me, honey. Dorothy understands me, child. Oh my goodness. You said it's everywhere, and if it's YouTube, if you don't pay, you get ads. Greedy YouTube. Yeah, YouTube knows Brooke's viewers got coins and want to collect. Yeah, they said y'all got 28,000. So please, listen. Okay, yeah, okay, all right, exactly. I don't want to hear no complaints on a free program, free entertainment. So please, you'll be okay. It's always been this way. Nothing has changed. So, and how did I get in it? I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Listen, honey, the ads are confused. You said, see, now y'all done got us in trouble. Brooke, come out with a 28,000 song, please. Yes, honey. Okay. Oh, gosh. I'm about to get my belt out. Like, all right now. Yes, honey. You said the ads are 5 seconds. Y'all act like you had to watch an entire Sky Rizzy commercial. Yes, honey, we're being fed every single week. No paywall, all right? So, yes, honey, I'll try to be diplomatic. Oh, gosh. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my gosh. Y'all have me in tears. Honey, not a Sky Rizzy commercial. Oh, you said they're annoying. It does happen with other content creators. I'm going to write YouTube a letter, not during our faves lives. You said, YouTube said, y'all talking about Amex, so go ahead and throw it down and pay for premium. Oh, you saw actually sending a request to stop showing a specific commercial, a commercial for a hospital that treated my mom. That's all they show me now, just evil. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. That's terrible. That is terrible. YouTube needs to stop. They really do. Is there a way that can you click? Because I know that when commercials come up, that you can click on the ad. You would say, "Please don't show me this ad anymore. I find it inappropriate." Maybe that will help. Oh, you said, by the way, have you seen that new meme with that lady on an elliptical saying "Get them banned"? She was channeling the Brooke Ashley spirit. Oh yes, she's on a Peloton teaching a Peloton class, and she's like, we don't do that. Out, get them banned." Yes, that meme is so funny. You said now you are being customer service. LOL. Why do all the drugs sound like stage names? Yep, y'all better leave YouTube alone before they start charging for these lives. Not too much now, okay? Yep. Oh no, you said after the Connor live, I kept getting prep ads. I was like, wow, wow. I guess YouTube heard Connor acting up that one live last week, and wow, child, click not interested. No paywall, no payola. This is a classy party, okay? You can also skip sometimes. Oh, they don't care. Oh, that's messed up. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what YouTube's doing, child. Connor hijacked the advertisements and did. Dorothy, move on to the next thing, Claudia. AI, yeah, it does listen. I saw that. I thought about you too, Brooke. I'm screaming. Just give it a few days. You'll start getting ads about trips to the Dominican Republic. YouTube acts like Sheree selling "Who Gonna Check Me Boo" t-shirts at the back door. Oh wow, we all got the prep ad then. Cut Connor a check. Child, you said YouTube got some power. Child, y'all, I just knew the end of the live would be the best, the most fun, because Beverly Hills like a pillow and blanket. Wake me up when it's over. I want a Brazzers ad. Well, they can't show that on YouTube. So you might see ads for it on like somewhere else, but I don't think they would show that on YouTube. Maybe they would. I haven't seen one. Maybe they would. But you might start seeing like ads for sex toys or something like that. Like you might see like a Lilo ad or like a Too Timid or Adam and Eve ad, maybe. But I don't think you would see a Brazzers ad on YouTube. So Jesse, this ain't the platform. I'm screaming. Just got an ad about jobs and careers. At least the bums lurking in the chat will get them too. I've seen some freaked out ads on YouTube. Okay, well, maybe. Don't be so sure, Brooke. I've heard about people getting some spicy ads on here. Oh, okay, maybe then. Well, maybe. Who knows? The Bailey Agency ads. Y'all have me screaming. Oh yeah, I saw Adam and Eve on YouTube before. Yeah, they do have YouTube ads. YouTube trying to collect coins by any means. Yes, honey. We gotta start talking in code. My ad was just about visiting Miami. Do I think Keely and Bose will make it to the altar? The jury's still out on that one. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna just leave it there. We'll pick this conversation back up, okay, later on in the season when we get to the episode where she gets engaged. Child, YouTube hurting my feelings. Not Kids Force. Keely gave a look that gave me pause. I hope Bose sees sense. Same here. I'm just waiting for the ad for tuna subs from Subway. Oh, well, the tuna subs we're talking about are not Subway. It's a different tuna sub. Yeah, she's engaged in the mid-season trailer. Does Iyanla actually fix lives? No. When the Subway ads pop up, y'all know why. I'm screaming. It's not, we're not talking about Subway. Oh no, you said that YouTube's hurting your feelings with GLP-1 and hair loss ads. Well, I mean, it makes you feel better. I feel like those ads are like everywhere it's been like an uptick of those for everyone. Yeah, you don't want that on your sub, but I just got a cat food ad. Yeah, GLP-1 ads are everywhere. Oh no, I just had a law firm ad. They must think I'm Wendy Othefto. All right, all right. And on that note, oh my gosh. And you see what you've done? Now Wendy's people are gonna come after me and say, here I am being mean. A mess. Why would you say that? Lord have mercy. Y'all, I'm gonna end the live right here, but we will reconvene probably on Thursday. Okay, maybe if not tomorrow, then Thursday we will reconvene and joke and laugh and talk. Okay, but guys, I'm gonna end it here. Thank you everybody for coming on and joining me. Thank you Jameer and Ayana. Thank you Dorothy. Shout out to all of y'all, and I will see you guys later. Okay, but have a great night, and I will see y'all later. All right, guys. Bye.